Hi friends, host Eric here, host Talking with Fans People. Um, I'm using this old live streaming methodology here because the new approach to live streaming doesn't seem to be working this morning. I'm using Classic, YouTube Studio Classic, or Creator Classic, or whatever it's called. Because I have been struggling to get YouTube to work for me this morning at all. It's been a battle. So we'll see if, in fact, this ends up getting any viewers or anything. Maybe it shows up. We'll find out. I've got the old school style streaming going as I indicated. Oops. And we'll see how that ends up working out. Well, there are 2 people watching. That's good. So obviously, even though I am live streaming in a different way today than I'm used to, it notified some people. That's good. So that's good news. Last night, Rachel and I you're a little bit drunk and in a really shitty mood and your sleep schedule's all fucked up. How's it going over yonder? Well, I'm excited because I think today my sleep schedule's going to get all fucked up. I'm pretty sure. Today's the day where I called my doctor's office, asked them to refill the prescription. It should be about time to pick it up. You know how you can't pick it up early? So, I think maybe it's today I'll get it or maybe tomorrow. I slept pretty well last night, actually. I ended up... No, I won't get even a little bit drunk. That's true. Not even a little bit. Not even a tiny bit buzzed. But I will smoke this bong rip. And I say, Rude, you should just think to yourself, man, I'm lucky I can still drink alcohol. Eric can't. Man, that Daniel LaRusso is rather coffee. Is it stony? Yeah, sure, it's stony. But I wouldn't get it again. First of all, I don't really like to have weed that tastes like pizza and smells like pizza. Well, Cloud, you could be like Queen's Weakness and focus entirely on how I'm wrong. Well, Clyde, you don't have to limit yourself. I don't. I get a lot of flack about it from you, maybe, but I don't limit myself. I just talk about whatever I feel like. And you certainly are entitled to do so as well. You might feel as though you want to be more successful than that. That's true. You're absolutely right, Cloud. If you if you're doing it to be successful, then you've got to be a little bit more focused than I am. If you're doing it for your own purposes, for authentic reasons, so to speak, then it's a whole different kind of beast, you know? So it really depends on what your purposes are. Regardless of your purposes, you'll find that the experience of being a YouTuber is different than you expect it to be. on a lot of different levels. First of all, if you're expecting yourself to be successful, you probably won't be, just to let you know. And it's not because of anything of you, it's just the nature of YouTube. It requires a lot of persistence and follow through over time. Now, you have that within your wheelhouse, perhaps, but, you know, to the extent that I've attained any success at all, it's due to the fact that I spend a lot of time on YouTube, you know? Yeah, but even I can mistype people, Cloud, it's true. And I'm definitely the best, so, you know, I think you should avoid it as well because it's a TI area in general. You should also consider, if you want to be successful, not only what niche you want to talk about, but whether or not you're actually an expert in it, so to speak. I'm an expert in a couple of fields I talk about a lot. Let's say rhetoric and argumentation and cognitive functions. But I wasn't always an expert on cognitive function. I talked about it well before I was. So, like, the channel that I'm going to start in April, which is called Rhetorical Slope, will be entirely about areas of my expertise, namely argumentation, debate, rhetoric. I am, after all, a professional debate coach, and an extremely good one, with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. So, it's like, that channel has probably a fairly low ceiling, unless I make it really simple or whatever, but it's still a very specific niche in which I inherently have legitimacy, right? It's like I have absolute legitimacy in debate because it's my job, and I've won national championships with students before, not as a debater, but as a coach. And, you know, my kids do really well, and I'm a really good debater. So, it's like, if I'm going to do a channel on that, that makes a lot of sense. Because I know I can handle any and all comers. There's nobody's going to come and ask me any debate questions I don't know the answer to. There's nobody's going to come call me out on being wrong about something. It's not possible. I know more than just about anybody in the world about the subject. So, I mean, granted, there are other debaters who know as much as me, but as far as people doing YouTube channels on the subject, well, I don't, you know, there may be other ones out there, I'm sure there are, but I'm confident that I can defeat them in terms of quality of content in the same way that I defeat them in terms of coaching, if there are other coaches. No, Cloud. The difference between being able to articulate what somebody believes and being able to articulate why. Okay? That's the key thing Isaiah is trying to say there, is that with NI you have holistic truths that don't collapse into proofs very easily. And so that's what he's talking about. And no, it's not the case that NI people can articulate the whys of their NI very precisely, because it's holistic. Nobody's saying it has no foundation. It's holistic, okay? Like, Cloud, look. You understand that this is a lighter. You look at it this way, you see it's a lighter. You look at it this way, you see it's a lighter. You look at it this way, you see it's a lighter. You look at it this way, you see it's a lighter. Even though you're looking at different things every time, because you understand it has an identity, a whole. Now, if you would ask, well, why is this a lighter and not something else? The answer to that is very convoluted. It's a very big, long, complicated answer. That's NI, Cloud. That's NI. That's proto-NI, is object constancy. I'm sorry, shape constancy. So, understanding that the whole is not something that's necessarily deconstructible is step one in understanding NI. And today may be the day when you make that step. Good morning, Winston's mom. As you can see, I'm live streaming in a different way today. I say the side of the barn. ISE Grok. Fair witness rules dictate I say the side of the barn. The boundaries between today and yesterday, today and tomorrow, it's all blurry. My vision almost matches the murkiness of my perception of time. How's your day? Isaiah Reed needs to go to sleep, I think, is what he's trying to tell you. He needs to go to bed, you need to stop taking so much Adderall. You shouldn't drink on Adderall, it was a bad idea. Isaiah Rude, if you want to follow one piece of advice from me, don't drink on Adderall. If you're only going to follow one piece of advice from me, that's the piece of advice I would give you. Don't drink on Adderall. That's what caused me to quit drinking. When I was not on Adderall and a drunk, I was more or less a functional drunk, you know. I went to work every day, I got home, I got drunk, I crashed out, I woke up the next morning and repeat. When I started taking Adderall, you cannot drink on Adderall. You just stay up too long, you drink too much, you feel like shit all the time. It's horrible. So, yeah. That's my advice to you. You should definitely, though, here's another piece of advice you should follow. Do smoke pot on Adderall. That's definitely a do. Those two drugs go together like cheese and wine. You know? I've taken LSD multiple times, Cloud. I've tripped harder than you'll ever dream of tripping, my friend. Yeah, I've taken plenty of acid. I took it even as recently as a couple years ago. I've taken mushrooms more recently than that. I prefer mushrooms, for sure. Mushrooms are fun. Acid's acid, you know. It can be fun, but it can be scary if you take too much of it or you get too tripped out, you know? I mean, neither acid nor mushrooms are attentional manners. Isaiah Rude, you are 20 years old and you're drinking alcohol? That is not legal, mister. You are a criminal. You are a criminal crime committer. Committing crimes. Isaiah Root, I am so disappointed in you. Everybody knows that you always have to follow the law. God. You are a bad, bad man. There, I threw some trash away. Do you feel better now, everybody? I know I feel better now. I'm throwing some trash away. He's not... I thought he was older than 20. Actually, I figured he was like... I don't know. I don't know. I never asked him. I never ask people how old they are. You know? Other people care about that. I genuinely don't care about that. I treat everybody the same. And sometimes that can be harsh on a 20-year-old, you know? It's like, I expect you to be an adult. Her name is Insert Type. You're 19. Okay, well, whatever. The point is, like, I really do treat everybody the same. You know? Well, I want to meet this girl and talk to her. I could use a female ENTP somewhere in my sort of SI archives to reference besides Becky. You know, Becky doesn't seem to like it when I talk about her, I guess. Oh, you're transagel too? Okay, cool. It's nice to be with another transagel person. Insert Type is a good name. You know, I was very impressed also by Taylor's YouTube name when I first met him, which may still be this, I don't know. I'll change this later. That was a great YouTube name. LSD significantly enhances your perceptions of surroundings, Cloud, because you're an SE Dom. That's the proper way to understand how LSD impacts your cognitive functions. It impacts your dominant function most, in some capacity. You're still in your dominant frame. You're going to understand the experience itself through that frame. Nothing ever changes that frame. And it was an universal description. Okay, well, fine, Claude. I don't want to argue with you about stuff. You make some bold-ass claims, Cloud, I tell you. You make some bold-ass claims. Cloud likes making some bold-ass claims. Always saying stuff the same as a bold-ass claim. Yeah, he likes to make some bold-ass claims. He'd like everybody to respond to them on their merits, but won't reciprocally provide. And has a lot of strong opinions, and positions himself as oh so wise. There, that song's for you, Cloud. It's called Mierity Mia, Mierity Mia. You want a job so you can socialize some more. This quarantine has driven you insane. You want a job so you can socialize some more because this job has driven you insane. ESFPs usually don't have strong opinions, by the way. They are very changeable. Uh, there you go. Mas, 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 mas. Mas, 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 mas. So anyway, Rachel and I watched Infinity War last night. And it was a very good film that I've seen before, but Rachel had not seen before. And I think she enjoyed it quite a bit. I had said that I thought it was the best of the. I thought it was the best of the Marvel movies. Having seen it now, I think 3 times. I'm pretty sure I saw it a second time after I saw it initially, and then now I've seen it a third time with Rachel. So, I have to say, I've also seen Thor Ragnarok more than once. And I will say that I think Thor Ragnarok is a better film than Infinity Man. He's a native speaker of your mom's face, actually, Isaiah Rude. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, it's true. He was born speaking your mom's face. Yeah, he was, and her buttocks as well. He speaks Isaiah Rude's mom's buttocks as his native tongue. Come here, Isaiah Rude's mom. Let me have some of that buttocks. He said, right out of the womb. He said that. He's like, I gotta get on Isaiah Rude's mom. That's our number one duty in life. Ooh. Giving out clues willy-nilly, Clyde. Better watch out. Now Winston's mom, she knows how to capitalize on clues. She's like the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew all mixed in together into the Hardy Nancy Drew Boy. The Hardy Nancy Drew Boy could be Winston's mom's YouTube name, I think. And everyone would be like, that's a good name for you. The Hardy Nancy Drew Boy. It's like a gay detective hero of some sort, you know? If I were named the Hardy Nancy Drew Boy, I would assume that it was a stage name of some sort. My parents wouldn't have named me that. It would obviously have been chosen. And if you chose that name, then, well, you're not really interested in having a very masculine name, I guess you could say. Oh, little fishes, have I forgotten to give you food? Have I forgotten? Have I forgotten to give you food? I'm sorry. There you go. Enjoy your food. It's delicious. Yes. You fishes like to eat food, don't you? Yes, you do. You love it. It tastes so good in your fishy mouths. Admit it. Admit that you love eating the food, you little fish. Stop lying to me. Do you have a problem with your fish lying to you? I do. Hi, I'm host Derek from the YouTube channel Talking with Fan People. With my new product, Fish Tell the Truth, you're a fish and will never lie to you again. This product compels fish to be honest. And you know how dishonest fish can be. Hence the expression, smells a little fishy. My cat lies to me sometimes too. She says she wants to go outside, then I let her out, and she was just lying the whole time. She wanted to come back inside. I consider that dishonest. I'm sorry if you don't, but I do. Oh, kitty. You've been known to lie to me on occasion. There. I have successfully shamed the fish into telling the truth. Fish in your head sounds like a great product. If you weren't here last night, anybody wasn't here, I want to mention briefly again my great idea for a social experiment, which is you get a grocery store or you get the cooperation of a grocery store somehow. And you put up a sign in the produce section that says, "Don't fondle the produce," or actually, "Please don't fondle the produce." And so, what do you think would happen if you put up such a sign? Well, naturally, fondling of produce would dramatically increase. I think it's fair to say that, right? In the current status quo, probably very few people ever fondle the produce. Now, the other important factor here is you have to have a person working in the produce department who's participating in this social experiment, because naturally, well, listen, Isaiah Root, if there were a sign up that says "Don't fondle the produce," please don't fondle the produce, and the "please" was underlined with an exclamation point, right? Please don't fondle the produce. And there were somebody working there, and he had a badge on that said "Fondle Enforcement." Well, you know, the answer is 20-second rule. If you're holding a piece of produce for more than 20 seconds, that constitutes a fondle. I mean, I think 15 seconds would be fair too. That's it, young man. You bought it, he says, after you've held it for 20 seconds. Look, you fondled. Then he points to a second sign. You fondled it. You bought it. You know, there's some store that threw out $35,000 worth of goods because somebody went in there and either to make a point or the prank or something or whatever, coughed on a bunch of stuff. Was like, and they threw it all away, like $35,000 worth of shit. Idiots. I mean, like, come on, everybody. That sounds like my approach, Cloud. Salad gold. Well, okay, Cloud. like you can wash fruit, for God's sakes. You can wash produce. It, it would be totally consistent with the times right now to put up a sign that says, please don't fondle the produce. Oh, well, thanks, Cloud. I appreciate you diagnosing my mistake. Why do you think I made a mistake? So why is that a mistake? This is just live streaming, you're right. But why is that a mistake, though? And why is it a mistake to do what I want? Yeah, you did. You said your mistake was lack of innovation. Cloud, you did say it's a mistake. You said, I think your mistake was the lack of innovation. Well, before, when I was lecturing on the other channel, I was specifically talking about being suppressed, shadow suppressed. So I'm excited to be live streaming here because I don't believe I'm being suppressed. So I think I have a legitimate shot on an even playing field. And was I being suppressed on the channel? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Hi, John Henry. I'm doing fine. How are you today? There you go, kitty. This kitty cat of mine, I tell you. So, let's see. Next topic of conversation. Besides the fondling of produce, which I would like to. It's like in this moment in time, you could actually sort of create a meme that took off about the risks of produce fondling due to the COVID-19 virus, and probably have it shared by concerned ESFJs everywhere. I don't think making green vegetables not green would solve the greenhouse effect. I don't think the greenhouse effect is something you can solve. It's sort of a phenomenon that exists on another planet. Some people are attracted to cat girls. I think I've probably been attracted to most of the cat women in the movies. Unseelie. Unseelie. It's a demonic form of FI. Unseelie. I don't understand what that means, Cloud. Can you clarify? Yeah, it's true. Probably a lot of peen touches a lot of eggplants in the produce section. So let's see. What else do I want to talk about today? I've got on tap. What do I have on tap for the day? Let me share with you some exciting logistics. Everyone loves logistics, of course. What an unfortunate typo, Cloud. Okay, so I do have to work later today, 4 o'clock. 4 to 6 I work. Teaching some English and some... I say, Haroon, you make me laugh. You really make me laugh, I tell you that. Your story the other day about the severe ass pain, that made me laugh a lot. And, What is that, Dusty? You've made me laugh many times. I appreciate somebody who genuinely makes me laugh a lot. Um, so let's see. What are we talking about? Oh, right, my day, my important day that I have. Well, I came out here and we slept. We slept separately last night. Well, yeah, I don't feel like you were being a nice guy, really, but it's still a hilarious story. We probably will watch some movies today. We'll probably watch some more Naruto as well. Now, the thing is, a lot depends on whether or not my Addy comes through today. If the Addy comes through, then all bets are off. I'm serious. All bets are off. Well, if the Addy comes through, who knows what I'm going to do today. It'll be an adventure of learning, I'm sure. I'll probably put a handle on a bunch of shit if the Addy comes through. I might make music though. There's always that possibility. I really like to play. What do I like about Naruto? Well, we're watching Naruto Shippuden actually. We're not watching Naruto, the original one. I skipped past the Naruto original one and started right in on. Huh. Okay, I will look that word up, or I will look into that, Cloud. Thank you for introducing me to a new term. I appreciate that. All gains are gained with pain till you're insaner than a famed Wang tamer. That's true. It's a good motto to have up on your wall. Um. So, right, today's activities. Oh yeah, well I could do that easy enough. I was actually thinking a little bit about lyrics for the coronavirus one in bed last night. Rachel and I didn't sleep together last night. I went to bed with her as usual, but I was restless and I came out here and then I slept really well out here for about 6 hours. And then, well, who invented this term? So you're basically just talking about positive FI and negative FI. Um, Getting a phone call. Hello, this is Eric. Hi. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye. Um, does the ability to play a song acoustically or sing a song a cappella make the song better? Um, I mean, I think it's a good way in general to test the quality of a song. Like, you can tell if it's a good song, it'll play well stripped down still. And if it's not, then it won't. And there are some good songs that don't play stripped down well, that are still good songs. But those are the rare exception. I think of Steely Dan as kind of an example of that. Their songs don't necessarily play that well stripped down. They're such productions and stuff, but they've got some really good songs anyway. So it's a good question. I think the best songs, the very best songs, you can sing them a cappella and they're still appealing and compelling. But at the very least, good songs can be. But then there's another thing. There are some tracks that are great tracks that some tracks that are great tracks that are not they're not necessarily they wouldn't necessarily work as songs per se. And I'm going to play a little bit of music now on the internets here. to talk a little bit more about this. So, like, the first song on this thing is a good track, and probably not. I don't know if it's a good song or not. I've never even tried to play it except as a track. But, alright, so listen to this short song here. Out of rock, rock and hard, bring around those heavy chords. Show me how to be so hard. Circa 1984, gotta rock. You are so hot, I don't know what I thought. Listening to that jazz and country shot. When I should know you go down. Gotta rock. After all your talk to the very rockin' it. Gotta rock, I roll. Roll your pancakes on my junk. Oh, rock your uncle up too much wine. Oh, rock those pancakes for your lunch. And oh, roll up in front of you in line. I'm the guy to rock. Like a rockin' block, a rockin' block. Separate the Lord to rock a lot. God knows so few who do to rock. God knows that you do not rock. So spot this rockin' every dock. After all your talk to the very rockin' it. Gotta rock, I roll all night. I rock all day. Forget yourself like every day. Have your brunch, don't interrupt my rock and roll. Blow your mind. I rock your mimosas like it's mine. I roll your pancakes on my junk. I'm gonna pop for your lunch. Gotta rock. A rockin' shock. A rockin' flock of rockin' blocks. I pray the Lord to rock a lot. I am the God of rock.
Just rock, whenever we talk to. After all your talking, the rockin' it. Gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock.
Okay, so the question you asked is very relevant then to that criteria. Like, what I mean by that is come here, you. Come here. This thing. What I mean by that is thanks a lot, John Henry. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's a track I made. But see, the thing is, that's not a song I wrote, right? Like, it is, but I tracked it. In other words, it came together in the process of coming up with random shit and putting beats together and just sort of mewing shit together. Versus a song that I actually wrote as a song first and then recorded, which is a whole different process for me. And I'll play one of those kind of songs now, if you'll indulge me. So, for example, well, I like this one a lot. This is a song that I wrote all the chords and lyrics and everything ahead of time and then recorded.
What's the matter with Chad?
Is he terribly bad?
Is he like this?
Is he terrible, man?
Is he sort of like chill?
Who can't pay your bill?
Or rather like Jack?
Just stuck on the facts.
And what about Sue?
Will she know what to do? If they bring attitude, does she show ingenuity?
He talks about you
Whenever we go walking.
What's the matter with Bryn?
She's been living in sin.
She's been hanging with Jim.
He's looking terribly thin.
What's the deal with Frank?
Stealing fish from my tank.
He's colluding with you.
And they're talking to Lou.
What's wrong with the ladies?
What's the matter with men? From the feelings of Katie to the coldness of Sven.
He talks about you is sunburned.
He's medium hurt.
What's a quandary for
Did
Liz?
she fail the quiz?
And what about Drew?
Will she know what to do if they bring her to? Will she show ingenuity? She talks about you
Whenever we go walking.
paths that lead to lesser days.
Paths that lead to lesser days.
Still spill from the overwater.
Still out the overwater
And
path.
whoever's left, that's still okay. Just have still to the mass. Each of us have much and gravely sinned. Throw up the hands, stiffen the chin. Catastrophe looms heavy overhead again.
Time's gone, will never be
Again.
Pocket. Okay, so so that song there is that song there is a song that I wrote, and I actually began writing. Well, I can't perform the first song at all. I don't even know how to play the first song. That's the thing, is the God of Rock song is something that came out of me tracking. And I was just sort of tracking random shit and putting stuff wherever, getting the guitar to sound like I like it, and then sort of freestyling some vocals over it until I figured out what I wanted to do with it. The second one is one that I started writing just as a vocal melody line a cappella some 10-15 years before I actually finished writing it. So that was an interesting approach. That's the only song I think that has been like that, where, because like a long time ago, maybe 15-20 years ago or something, I came up with the and that's all the only part I had to it, okay? But I had the lyrics. What's the matter with Dan? He's a terrible man. He's a man. He's a terrible man. And then, many years later, I decided to finish writing that song, and that came up with that. And that's a written out song that I enjoy performing and playing a lot. And it plays well acoustically. So that's one that I can nail, and people go like, "Wow, that's a good song" when I play it correctly acoustically. So to demonstrate like a song that is a little bit different in style, I have acoustic songs that are more like acoustic-y. They're more born of guitar, like the one that Winston's mom wants me to change into a coronavirus song, which is a good idea, a really good idea, which is this one. Like, this definitely began with the guitar part. El Nino, my ass, you call those storms? Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, I drizzle more when I pee in the sink. Just the right type, catch all the extraordinary splatter. And when I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go up there and take me a bucket and pour water inside. I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. Yeah. So that song originated as a freestyle, actually. That started with the guitar part. Thank you, John Henry. Boy, I like you a lot. You talked to me about music stuff and like my music. You're definitely on the right track with me, Mister. If you want to make host Eric happy, like and talk to him about his music, and you will have a friend immediately. I'm gonna play another kind of song that I make, which is this kind of song, which is I have some sort of beat and then end up rapping over it. I like this one a lot as far as that kind of song goes. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I was a little kid walking out in the snow, except there wasn't no snow here in Southern California, too warm for snow, but I don't want to bore you with the weather. Whether or not you find it clever or boring or love it a lot, think it a pleasure or poor or lacking a plot, it's cold, it's a chore. No, it's more, it hits super hot regardless. Let's not get too up and caught in laying out just exactly what is not, cause laying's not falling out of the cot. Back to the story, back to the top. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I was walking all around when time was slow, except I wasn't really walking cause I rode my bike, and if I wasn't doing that, then in a car ride, where I stay inside, apply myself to scry magic scissors, cause my god was a wizard. Fighters were lame, wizardly spells put fighters to shame. Let's stop mistakes, make the same again, Jane. I swerved out of my lane again, Jane, like the time I fell off the cot. Back to the top. Once upon a time, a long time ago, when middle school loomed there before my toe, and nobody knew then what now they know. Isolated in the time below, blocked all the flow of intuition. Wrote a joke for your Jill, shut down soon, instructed Bill, or that Marcy took her with the bell. Regardless, I just thought that I'd go ahead and return to the plot. The foregoing I've decided is not as relevant as it seems. Even so, afforded to his team. Say the time frame ought contextualize things a lot, like a context bot. The pig. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I was a little kid walking out in the snow, except there wasn't no snow here in Southern California, too warm for snow, but I don't want to bore you with the weather. Whether or not you find it clever or boring or love it a lot, think it a pleasure or poor or lacking a plot, it's cold, it's a chore. No, it's more, it hits super hot regardless. Let's not get too up and caught in laying out just exactly what is not, cause laying's not falling out of the cot. Back to the story, back to the top.
Got a story about 10 years old. It's a song for an open road, and such a thing must always do its job. She married up Jeb, turned 19, 4 years in and 3 kids weaned. Weary now and questioning the past. Agency out, paces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. Doug at 20 found bourbon fun, likewise Doug at 21, and so forth well up into middle age. What he once thought would set him free became his whole identity. Now Doug's about another drunken rage. Agency out, paces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. Everybody's panicked about the kids, lock them up with extra dexedrine and mathematics to promote success, or to impose more unjust duress. Agency out, paces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. without consent. It's really just oppression by parasites surviving while they feed their fear of dying. Yes, they feed upon the futures of the young.
Okay, so that was 2 songs actually I played there because I went over and chatted with Rachel for a second. Yeah, Spacey sings that one, and that song is a song that I wrote and play a lot, and I really like the video of that a lot too because let me have you sit here. I'm gonna go smoke by the door.
Oh.
Okay. You sit.
Yeah, good. You wanna
You want me to do this?
camera?
Oh, yeah, you put it over here. So, anyway, that was Spacey, and he and I were collaborating for a while, and he was singing for me, which I liked the singing he did, you know, and also he was a handsome young man, so I figured that would appeal more to like younger. I was being a little bit, you know, I have a certain amount of, I guess, media savvy regarding that stuff. So I was,
It's smart.
Yeah.
It's smart. You know what sells.
but unfortunately, Tori came around and wrecked everything. So well, I don't work with him anymore, unfortunately.
I still have weird like hopes that he'll come around.
Yeah, we will. We'll work again someday. We will.
I mean, even if it doesn't, you guys had a good run, like a really good run.
Yeah, we did. And you know, I'm confident I will use Haley again.
Yeah, she's got such a great voice.
She's got a great voice. She's got the voice of a kid, you know.
Mhm. So she's able to get those like higher.
She's able to hit the high notes, and
Yeah.
she just has this pure sounding voice that I like the sound of it a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there anything more in this? I'd like to get
Yes.
breakfast along.
of course, darling. I've saved some for you from both containers to
Thanks,
make sure
babe.
you had some. We are gonna have to go to the weed store again today.
Okay.
We're probably spending a little too much money on weed.
Okay, so why don't we like limit them, maybe?
Okay, well, let's go today, and then we will try to restrain ourselves better.
I think it's difficult
Do you-
because
We're just hanging out all day.
Right, exactly.
I think maybe we should go to Weed Mart and get some cheap weed, or we go to the good store and get the cheap weed there, which is probably better than the cheap weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you want, maybe I can contribute.
Yeah,
instead.
yeah.
I'd like to personally.
I think it's a good
You're
idea.
better.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference. We're all sharing the same
Right,
resources.
so,
but,
I mean,
but
I-
totally, I understand. Oh, Winston's mom. That's a terrible, terrible idea. You're going to get Rachel addicted to tobacco that way, for one thing. Which is the last thing we need is Rachel having a smoking habit of cigarettes, too.
Oh no. No.
No. That's a bad
I
idea. Only Europeans do that.
What?
Mix weed and tobacco.
They do.
Yeah.
That is a very European thing.
We aren't Euros, okay?
I think we're fine. It's just different because we're more confined because of the.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's two of us
sure.
for a long, you know.
So, this fucking title makes you sick? Why does the title make you sick? It's called Infinity War Movie Talk. We were talking about movies at the beginning of it. You
Yeah.
just may have missed that part. I don't know. I can't anticipate all the various subjects I'm going to talk about while by live streaming. It's just not possible for me to do that.
I think Infinity War is the best. I mean, I still haven't seen Endgame, so I can't really totally say, but I think it's at the best of the Avengers. It's just like everyone coming together is so fun.
Yeah, it is
You know.
fun, rollicking adventure, right?
Yeah, it really is.
And the ending of it where everybody turns to dust, like half the
Yeah.
people turn to dust.
Yeah.
That's quite an ending. Yeah, I guess so, Winston's mom. You got a point there. Might as well smoke him while we're just sitting around, you know.
Yeah, you're good point. Thanks, Winston's mom.
Yeah, but we will be smart about we'll get another, thing of, first of all, I'm going to join their membership thing, which costs $20 a month and gives you discounts. Why am I such a narcissist?
Is that Cloud?
Yeah, I'm not such a narcissist. Okay, I'm just gonna real quick. I gotta do a couple quick polls here. I'm not gonna get too bogged down in tarot, but I want to do a couple quick polls. Poll number 1 for John Henry. This is your card for the day, okay? This is what you should pay attention to today, John Henry. Ooh, the sun. You got the sun. What does this 12... What does it tell you? Yeah, they do have punch cards and stuff at stores. They do. It depends which stores you go to. They have different system setups. So, John Henry, today is your day to shine in the sunshine. We're doing one card polls for everybody today. Cloud, what is your day having in store for you? What does the day entail today? What is your focus? Ooh, 7 swords. What's that one mean?
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Heartache.
Deceit.
Deceit.
Yeah. It's the one who's like, he's holding like 4 swords and he's got 2 on the ground or something.
Except it's 7 swords.
3.
Okay, there you go, Cloud. Sorry about that. Let me pull a clarifier for you. A clarifier for Cloud, since you got a bad card.
Yeah, like where's that deceit and stuff coming from?
Wheel of Fortune. There's no clarification allowed. Sorry, I got no clarification for you. Okay, now, Winston's mom. For you, this very, very important cloud. You started laughing like me? Cool. Imitation, they say, the purest form of flatulence. Oh wait, flattery. Hey, Winston's mom. Why do I always pull bad cards for you? Why? It's so unfair. I don't want to.
I don't know.
3 of Swords.
It's a weird.
Let me pull a clarifier for you. This one pops right out of the clarifier. Page of Wands. Watch out for the Page of Wands in your life.
A young-hearted, passionate, hasty person.
Somebody perhaps like Cloud, who also got 7 swords, which is a related card to 3 of Swords. Better watch out. Cloud and Winston's mom. Is there anybody else here besides Cloud, Winston's mom, and John Henry, who was here, is probably gone? Anybody else want a card? Is Isaiah Root still here? Okay. Did I pull a clarifier yet for Winston's mom?
Yeah.
What was it?
3 of Sticks.
Oh, the page of wands.
Oh, page of wands. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay, Isaiah Root. Here you go. You're gonna take a card. The Hanged Man. You're waiting for your sleep to happen, my friend.
Yeah.
You're a hanged man until you sleep, rest, develop a sense of meow about your heart. Yeah. Now, let's pull a card for my truly and deeply, importantly beloved other half / wonder person, Rachel Lapalosa. Transition. Death. Now let's pull a card for me. What are you transitioning from, I wonder?
Me too.
Maybe that's an indication that we're supposed to watch Endgame today.
Maybe.
That's
Right?
that's the
Endgame
end.
is
That's the
death.
end of that series. That's the end of the series.
Yeah,
I think that might be the indication there.
it is. It's the end of. It's pretty much.
Card for me. What is it? 2 sticks. Partnership?
Yeah, partnership.
Plan?
Plan. Yeah. Achievement.
Oh wait, achievement?
Is it?
What's 2 sticks? I gotta look it up on the chart.
I think arrival's 3 sticks. Or it is partnership.
2 of sticks. Two paths, decisions, planning, anticipation, restlessness, wanderlust, sudden departure, lack of contentment. Now, I would interpret this card as meaning either yes, I'm going to get my Adderall, or no, I'm not going to get my Adderall. Either way, because it's like there's going to be a certain lack of anticipation, contentment, or anticipation in waiting for it to arrive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's pull a card for us.
Okay.
7 sticks. Standing up for beliefs. Protective, determined, taking the high road. Stamina. I'm going to leave out the being scapegoated part.
Yeah.
That's us, Rachel. We take the high road and we stand up for our belief in each other. We're protective of each other, determined. We have stamina. That we don't need any stamina to be together, really, but we have it anyway.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. It sounds like us.
Mm-hmm. Here's a card for the day for the world. Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Anything could happen. You never know. Alright, let's call it a stream. Like we've had a bottle of Jim Beam. Actually, I think what I'm going to do here for a few minutes is let the music play for a while and just sort of let the stream play concurrently.
Can you have sex?
You're living on a time frame I will never know. Alienation and humanity's soul. Imagine you a future after the collapse, returning to the urgency of isolated past. Picturing community, free of metaphysics, hunting buffalo, picking red delicious, knowledge of the seasons, wisdoms of old, fires blazing in the night to keep away the cold. Hostility is kept at bay. Hostility is kept at bay. By what you think is in the way. By what you think is in the way of life as children of the land. With an agave weatherman. Imagining a history never could have been. You lecture at the college, advancement is a sin. Lamenting disconnection and every corporate act. Asserting all your feelings and ignoring all the facts. Hostility is kept at bay. Hostility is kept at bay. By what you think is in the way. By what you think is in the way of life as children of the land. With an agave weatherman.
You find modernity just so banal. Wish you had been born any time but now, and your experience won't run afoul. Visualize nobility sipping on some port, or tribes of peaceful savages in beautiful comport. But few of history's people ever thusly did comport, 'cause life was nasty, solitary, brutish, poor, and short. Hostility is kept at bay. Hostility is kept at bay. By what you think is in the way. By what you think is in the way of life as children of the land. With an agave weatherman. With an agave weatherman. Too much noise in the data stream. Loud enough to disrupt everybody's dreams. Frustrations mean mistakes are made, until it seems everybody's throwing shade. I won't be just another casualty of other people's well-intentioned rules. I used to think that from tomorrow there'd be time for yesterday. He's not the sort of thing that one can borrow. No one willing still to lend a day. Your uncertainty's implicit, just like an unexpected visit from a bunch of men all dressed in blue suits. I won't be just another casualty of other people's well-intentioned rules. I used to think that some tomorrow there'd be time for yesterday. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged at how they missed a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities, ensuing heartache and misery, follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting Carson and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all partition the reckless and call it destruction of the whole damn world. Julie shared our land, certain limits of what she shared. And Julie will do. Only Julie will do. Jerry shared 4 minutes. He just can't do things like they do. Julie always thought that she should have got to when she had the chance to buy. Julie soon forgot about soon and not, although she outrecalled. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged and how they miss a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities, ensuing heartache and misery, follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting Carson and Desiree, we're stuck in such petty larceny. We all partition the reckless and call it destruction of the whole damn world.
The sun is up, I'm out of bed, I lay an egg, and then I head to the cruiser on the street. I press the pedal to the metal with 3 feet, and here we go. It's time to roll, top police is on patrol. Officer Brand. When I arrive on the scene, it's like check time. I got no mistake passing 569. This is harassment, Officer Red, but you can drop it on the top of my head. You can wail and complain, cop and stammer. You'll attain the same outcome, heading to the slammer. I'm sure you'll like jail just fine. Then put the wrong type up where the sun don't shine. Make room first, so extract the head. Then I'll put you in the car, says Officer Red. Officer Red. Can't be bribed with that law defiance. You're under arrest and out of compliance. You hope that tonight just take home instead you ran straight into the beat. Oh, Officer Red. I'm Officer Red. I'll take a crack at crime.
Oh, he came here with her. And what's the big problem that you can't endure? You seem so sure it's not appropriate blaming. You blame things on Scott. Despite getting caught, he's got you reframing for him, straining for him, going to the gym, make yourself good enough again. Yeah, you guys both have lots invested. That's not a reason to stay around. Through the years, you've both been tested. Time to move up. Find higher ground. So he came here with her. And what's the big problem that you can't endure? You seem so sure it's not appropriate blaming to blame things on Scott. Despite getting caught, he's got you reframing for him, straining for him, going to the gym, make yourself good enough again. Be done with him.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever know. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago.
I'm the greatest.
Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known.
I'm the greatest.
Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout till I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever know. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever know. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich,
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago.
I'm the greatest,
Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known.
I'm the greatest,
Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout
I'm the best,
till I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. To know the right time when to make a move or stand aside is the time of more or for your life. Time is the difference, not the distance. It's too slow counting things in seconds and inches. Careless failure can make many events. It's hard. Complicated things is trying to work in the neighbor's yard. Time is the difference, not the distance. It's too slow counting things in seconds and inches. Time is the distance and the history, no indifference to breaching the fences. Careless failure can make many events. It's hard. Complicated things is trying to work in the neighbor's yard. Timing's the things, the things, the things, the things, the things, the things. Say hi, chicken pot pie. What you do? Potato stew. What you see? Split pea. Can you be like me? You got
A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie. A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie. A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's important to eat chicken pot pie. If you want to go downtown and have a hot dog inside of a clown's outfit, like a clown who eats hot dogs while at work. Be a jerk. Don't forget that's dirt that you're eating. Instead, you should have a what now? Say bye bye, chicken pot pie. If you don't want to become alive, chicken pot burns you will lie in that time. You're not a chicken pot pie. You're a frying kind of guy in time.
A chicken, 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 chicken pot pie. A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie.
A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie.
A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie. A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
A chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie, chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie. Wake up, your daughter's gone. You and mom had her in the perfect con. For that fateful dawn when you woke up to find that your daughter's gone. Wake up, your daughter's gone. You and mom had her in the perfect con. You had your pawn before that fateful dawn when you woke up to find your daughter's gone. You groomed her being with aplomb, helped her to see how she was always wrong. Worked so hard on fixing her up, mixing her stuff, making her truth tough. You call that love? Well, that's what I call rough. You'll never deem her ever quite good enough. I know you're not surprised by this stuff, cause you'll never deem her ever quite good enough. Chump, haters, fake-ass alligators, act like a dinosaur, scare us, roar, roar, roar. Hire a detective, find out more. Grade your daughter's days so poor you can leverage her forevermore. Threats kept Tori so well capped, oh snap. Thought you had reduced that crap, had your kids' free will, now well tapped. Forced into sluices, squeezed out the oily juices. But the mammal you had beaten, dad, turned up still well uneaten kid. And now wore a suit of bitter skin, knew the way in winter when the snow fell down like dew made into ice. Yet she's still alive, and having learned that the ruthless thrive. Now all above the mammal must win, bust vengeance out upon the wind. Offering so grand an aspiration, conscientious castrations, an outcome-focused way for us to force the womb, force the issue, force us to doom. Bouncing along on a quest to belong, count the options, count the strong ones, these stories are the wrong ones. And Tori's father hates the bomb ones. He really needs to hit the bong some. Dumber than the young, he'd see undone, but undumb, young, unspun, his fun. Now Tori's dad's oh so spun. He's way too dumb to run afoul of my big guns. Recall it that girl that you threatened to sue. She's actually a lot like you. In fact, she coalesced from the jizz that you threw. Tori's mama cooked your warm white goo and a lady you. 2 decades hence now. Tori's just a girl that you once knew. Cause daughters are people whom fathers will sue. So Tori's just a girl that you once knew. Dancing Party Dance is the name of this song, and instead of learning words, you should dance along. If you don't know the dance, don't fret about it, friend, cause dance teaching songs have a long tradition. And the Dancing Party Dance, which goes with the song, is not a hard dance to do and not too long. First you're walking forward, pointing and stuff. Look around now, wave, pull out your guns. Now walking backwards, total 4 steps. Once there, drop your guns, cause it's time to rest into the axle rose by dipping your hips. Clap, step it back, clap, clap. Down to the foot, the dance is on the left. First pan it out of view, then pan it back correct. Next to the foot, the dance is on the right. First you pan it out of view. Hi John Henry, thanks for being here. Look over your shoulder, be tugging a kite. Let it go in the cold, start a fight. Finally clap your hands to your ass. Check you 1, check you 2, then slap your chest. Then slap your chest, then slap your chest. Dancing Party Dance now back at its root. If you need another chance, put this video on loop. First you're walking forward, pointing and stuff. Look around now, wave, pull out your guns. Now walking backwards, a total 4 steps. Once there, drop your guns, cause it's time to rest and do the axle rose by dipping your hips. Clap, step it back, clap, clap. Now to the foot, the dance is on the left. First pan it out of Let it go in the cold dark of light. Finally clap your hand to your ass. Check cheek one, check cheek two. Then slap your chest. Then slap your chest. Then slap. Dancing Party Dance is the name of this song. And instead of learning words, you should dance along. Just because I do, the DPD bunk police are afraid of me. One more time, champion.
You come outside.
We're gonna do the video to that too. You still want to do that over?
To what?
Dance.
Dancing Party Dance? Yeah, I do, for sure.
Cool.
For sure, I want to do the video for that. That's a possibility. But I absolutely want to do a video with you for whatever, for anything.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what I wanted to say was specifically, what does it say? Right there, yeah, okay. In regards to that, was I being suppressed? The thing is, there was just too many different. I was stuck right on the same amount of subscribers for literally like 6 months now,
Yeah.
or something. I've given it a lot of time. For whatever reason, one way or another, that channel has completely stopped growing, and in fact seems to be not getting fewer and fewer people in live stream. At least around here, I'm getting more than I did on the first day, and I feel like I've got a growth opportunity and I can actually play on a level playing field. Whether or not YouTube is actually suppressing the channel, or whether or not it's just the indication that it's time for me to focus on something, this will be my live streaming channel. I'll live stream here. I am going to do a debate channel called Rhetorical Slope that I think is going to be one of my top priorities coming into this bottle of speed, and try to approach things differently. Try to have additionally a cognitive function channel where I can pull down even old videos from my TwFP, delete them from that channel, upload them to the new channel, some of the better old ones, just the best things I do. And sort of gradually remove the content from TwFP that's good and put it in other places, and that seems like a good approach, frankly, dealing with the existing resources.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing with the music as well. I'm putting it up on the music channel by bringing it down, re-encoding it, and putting it up there. So that's the answer to that stuff. Octavia Silva, I do want to, before I go, I want to pull a card for you, and then I think I'm going to end the stream. Yeah? Yeah?
My dad says hi.
Say hi to your dad for me, please. And I'm going to go like, yeah? Over there. Alright, here we go. Card pulling time for Octavio Silva.
Ooh.
Octavio, today, the thing that you should avoid is judgment. Today, the thing you should run towards is Page of Swords. Today, the thing you should remember is the Tower. And today, the thing you should anticipate is the Six of Cups. There you go. The thing you should avoid, the thing you should run towards, the thing you should remember, and the thing you should anticipate. Don't forget that Tower card, Octavia Silva. You got to remember about how chaos once happened. And it should inform you today about your nature and your ways. I have no idea what that means either, Octavia Silva. I'm just a tarot expert. Can't expect me to know everything. I'm becoming a tarot expert. Cloud, this is your good card. The Sun! It was a good card. You got the Sun, Cloud.
That's the second time we're pulling that card.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive, Cloud. Good card for you. Let's see. Okay. I'm out like a bout of gout destroys clout. Okay? Did everybody hear that? I hope so. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry to hear
Pull
that.
for our day.
What did you say, baby?
Pull a card for our day.
Oh, yes, I will pull a card for our day. Here we go, too. Here we go. Pull a card for the day. Let me bring up the old Camaroo. Here we are. Card for the day. Oh, that one.
Wow.
It's got two, actually. They're both pence. 2 of pence and
8 of pence.
8 of pence. In other words, make wise weed purchases. Make wise weed purchases, but enjoy making some weed purchases.
True.
All right.
Like we've earned it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, that's not what they say this card means, but that's what I say this card means. You earned it. Relax.
Right.
You made a lot of shoes.
Yep.
That card to me is called the You Made a Lot of Shoes card. Okay. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.